another copy of me. So, for those people that's looking for the genes, God is watching y'all too. So, whatever y'all do to people, whoever y'all looking for, whatever genes y'all looking for, God knows what you guys are doing. But I tell you what, don't go touching the wrong gene. Don't go touching the wrong human that God sent to this planet, because that's when you guys are gonna destroy y'all. Like, you guys are gonna destroy the earth. You're gonna destroy the earth because you try to please something that, first of all, God didn't approve for aliens to be on earth. So I don't know why y'all got them here. And how did they came in here? Toledo, you over there talking like you got evidence. I don't. I'm just saying. Pay attention. Pay attention to not only the economy, but also to your financial, whatever you got. Start taking notes. Start writing down your balances. You know, it's like, damn, how much did I have over here on this credit card? You know what I mean? How can I start paying off your whatever you got? You got student loans. Start paying them, because they finna set this world up to where if you owe anything, that's another form of discrimination that you're not going to be able to progress and go nowhere. So start getting y'all credits together. Um, I don't know. Sometimes you could get your credit together by yourself. Like, you don't need a secondary idiot to tell you how to fix your credit. You could actually fix it yourself. You know what I mean? Number one, how can I fix my credit with Bank of America? I really don't want to fix my credit with Bank of America, but I do want to fix my credit. Number one, when Bank of America called me, you know, at that time I'm struggling. So when they called me to make my payment, I asked them if they could wait just 7 more days. Just give me 7 more days, because my unemployment got tied up into some, like a tag of war. You know, I don't know what was going on. I don't even remember. But I knew something was going on too financially. You know, I had just lost my job. You know what I mean? Months later, of course, it added up. Even though I wasn't working, I was still paying my, and I probably got proof to show that even though I'm unemployed, I was still paying my Bank of America. I was still paying my Bank of America credit card, whether I was unemployed or not, because I'm the one that decided to take out that loan, right? So what I said to myself was, I took out my loan so I could get a car, right? I got the car so I could keep my job, correct? I got the car and I lost my job. Now, what's going through your mind? Like, damn, I just got this car and I lost my job. I was about to use the job to pay for the car, but I lost the job, and then I got stuck with the car. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I don't want to ruin my credit. I'm gonna try to hang on as long as I can and see what I could do to save my credit from getting ruined. And that decision that I made, it cost me to be sued by Bank of America. So I called them, because even Verizon, I was having problems with my Verizon bill, and I'm like, damn, just $80, but still, like, just to come up with that money, it's not easy to come up with that money when you're unemployed. You know what I mean? And then you already know about unemployment. They don't really. You got to go through all kind of hoops just for them to get the process going. And then when you finally get the money from unemployment, you in a hellhole from months ago, so you playing catching up, and that's not even feasible for this economy right now. And right now, people don't have no time to be playing catch up. I tell you, the government needs to forgive every person that has been impacted by the COVID, whatever it is. Our loans need to be forgiven. Everything needs to be forgiven, and the government needs to start us over, or all of us over, from scratch. Because had it not been for COVID, I would have never lost my job. Had it not been for COVID, I would have never lost my car. I've never gotten anything repossessed from me. Do you know how disgusting that's making me feel as an individual? That and then as a mother, one of my goals is to have a reliable transportation in 2023, and I met that goal, but it was taken away from me because of poverty. Now, how would you feel knowing that you still got to live in this world with this poverty life and racism and all this bigotry and hate and segregation? You still got to sit there and suffer some more. And don't have no medical issues, because it's like, damn, I'm completely screwed now because I'm not even mobile. So how I look at it, I look at it like this. Every day I get up, I know I'm not guaranteed to have life. We are not guaranteed to be alive. It's not guaranteed. Like, there's no promise that anybody makes between us and anyone that, you know what, tell you that tomorrow is October the 28th or the 29th, whatever day it is, and you're going to wake up at 6 o'clock on time. And you don't, when you get up, you don't even have to worry about breakfast. It's going to be cooked. Like, your day is really planned out like that. You get up every day and you never know. You don't even know exactly. Like, today I probably get up at 6. Tomorrow I probably get up at 6:10. You don't know, but you don't know what time you're going to get up. If you get up every day at the same time, oh, I take my hat and applaud to you. Yeah, congratulations. You make it. You have now made it to the next level of dumbness. You're just going along with the program. Like, yeah, I want to be programmed. I want these people to tell me what time to get up out of my bed just to go get some money. Yeah, go ahead. Hmm. I'll just go along with it. Ain't nothing wrong with going to work. I mean, come on. We all got to do it, don't you? We all got to go to work. Whose philosophy was that? Whose philosophy are we living under? These are other people that died. That's their beliefs. You know, I don't know what they was afraid of. I know they probably was afraid of black people taking over the world. So they probably was creating all these rules to hinder black. We already know that a lot of rules is created to hinder black people from moving to the next level. We surpassed that mental level. But what I'm saying is, do we have to continue that philosophy, or is 2023 the time to say, you know what, the 40-year-old secret that we have hidden in these compartments down here in the White House, all the world needs to know what's going on. We need to be transparent. I mean, if they open up the door of transparency, I think politics will work so much better in the United States. But everybody want to sit there and hide behind blasphemy, or everybody want to sit there and hide behind closed doors. Like, why y'all sitting behind closed door hiding and throwing out all these rhetorical rules that makes no sense, that's going to bring us all down as a nation? We're all going to perish. We're all going down because of these decisions that people are making that has nothing to do with morality. You're making unwise, immoral decisions, just irrational. It's like there's no meaning to what you're trying to say. But you're just saying it because you know it sounds good to you. That's a narcissistic person. They don't care. They don't care how things sound when they say it. Even if it's going to affect you in the long run, they could care less. Alright, so like I was explaining to my son, when I came out, I started out as a thought. It was an emotion. It was something that got my dad and my mom to say, "Ooh, let's have sex." That's how it happened. So I started out as a thought, right? So if I started out as a thought, then I become a seed. See? Now we forgot about the thought process because it was my mom and my dad that decided to get together. Then my mom and my dad had sex. And then I came, which is me. I'm telling you that. I'm a byproduct of my mother and my father having sex. No telling that. Society would want me to think that that's not true. You know what I mean? So that's how I guess I'm supposed to be living my life. Just not the stuff that I'm going through. I'm not supposed to actually see that it's happening. I'm supposed to pretend like it's not happening to me. Like as far as racism is concerned, I'm supposed to pretend like I'm not going through it. Now, how can I sit there and pretend like I'm not going through racism when I have my children that's actually going to go through it, and they're not going to have the mentality, or because the way how our children are being raised now, we're being raised on technology, so they're already emotionally damaged. They're not going to be able to make those decisions that we're able to make without impulsion. Like you're just gonna make decision and not even thinking about the consequences. That's the technological children that we're raising right now. You start teaching your children about accountability from a young age, and then eventually it'll entwine in their mind, and they're gonna have to say to themselves, yeah, you know what, when I did this to that person, it makes them feel this way. It's really simple. Teaching children about accountability, you know what I mean? It's so many ways that you could go in. But I started out as a thought, then I went into a seed. Then after a seed, I started growing. I started taking pictures. This man used to take pictures of me when I was a kid. He used to take his pictures and his teeth used to fall out. And then he used to do that. Mr. Kenneth. Mr. Kenneth, I went to Jamaica and he died. You know, he passed away. I said, I cried. Because I just remember him taking pictures of me when I was a kid. And now all I do is walk around and take pictures of myself. You know, because I didn't have access to a camera. And then my molestation made it even worse because, you know, that's how the person that got busted about my molestation, it has something to do with a camera. So maybe I am supposed to be in front of the screen at every chance that I get to express my feeling. The worst thing that I'm not talking about, what's his name? President Reagan said the worst thing that I wrote it down. Hold on. We do we want to talk? I've always felt the nine most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." That was Reagan's speech. I don't remember what year that was, but it's like to get government assistance is probably the worst thing you could do as a citizen, but it's also the best thing you could do. Is what you doing with yourself while you getting government assistance. You know, are you over there hanging out with Byron and Bonquisha and them, Shanae? What are you doing with yourself? Are you accepting your beautiful natural self for who you are? Are you trying to work on your flaws? Not the flaws that mankind believe that are flaws, but the thing that you look into yourself and say, you know what, I need to fix this about me. You know, instead of going over there to the neighbor's house today, I'm finna go rewrite my resume because that sounds about right. If you're not doing nothing to uplift yourself, then you're wasting your time. You know what I mean? Even I used to always tell my friend, let's go to college, let's go to college. And she, Talita, you're so intelligent. Look, we all came from the same thought of having somebody having sex. Then we become a seed. Then we, the egg, and then the fertilized egg, and then it grows. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, so we all was there, like there. Even the president, he was once a baby. He have to be taught everything. So if you look at yourself in that positive realm, then what's the problem? Well, the problem is poverty. It's very difficult to see yourself in a positive realm if you're living in poverty, or if you're under scrutiny, or if you're being suppressed or oppressed, or inflation is just driving you insane. Yeah. And then don't even add on the fact that you can't even get along with your baby daddy, or you can't even get along with your husband. Y'all living in the same house and can't even get along together. Yet you have some people that they'll live with all the family members and everybody there. Everybody there got a car. Everybody working together. You know what I mean? It's like, why can't we all just think collectively so we can all be at the top level? Why we got to sit here and consistently fight each other? Like, that don't make no sense no more. That's just listen to that. We're giving these people exactly what they want. They want to see us wipe each other out so they could get to the bottom of what they're trying to get to. Because humans are like cockroaches to them now. It's irritating. Who are these people? God knows who they are. God knows who these people are. The one that think that we're cockroaches, that we don't belong to, that we don't deserve to be on earth. God knows who they are. But why is God sitting here allowing this to happen? God is not allowing nothing to happen. Humans are doing these things to themselves. God is just there. It's like a scaffolder. He's just there to like guide you. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't want to accept the fact that God is real, then God is not real. If you think that God is fake, then God is fake. There's no argument to that. You don't argue with, you know, people that have different philosophy than yours. You just tell them how you feel about certain things and you keep it moving. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and argue with nobody over nothing. You're not going to take me out. You're not going to Martin Luther King me. You know? All right, let's talk about suppression. Suppression of ideas is due to hatred, racism, and inequality. It's just rewriting history by making the very great people look like a burden or criminalize them. So it's like that's what's going on right now, right? There is suppression, there is racism, there is inequality, and then you have it to where people got to come to you. Like, I got to go to the county building to get some food stamps, or I got to go to GR to get some cash, or I need to apply for Section 8. Like, and then it's like, how am I going to be able to get off of Section 8 when I get, it's like you got so much to think about. You really don't have no time to be sitting here thinking about who want to fight you, or who want to. You don't got no time for that. We don't really have any time for that. We got to figure out how we're gonna make sure that our kids do not end up homeless. Like, that's a mission impossible, because everything is getting higher and higher. Price inflation is going. Everything is going up. You know what I mean? Sometimes people that feel like they're more superior than I am criminalize me just by looking at me. Like, I went to Bristol Farms and I went there with $800. I went there to Bristol Farms with $800, and I had just got the money off my EBT card because they had um, somebody had took all my money off my EBT. They took it off. I went to go try to see if I could get something off, and all my money was gone. So I'm like, okay. Fast forward, to make a long story short, I decided to go to Bristol Farms because the money finally, a month later, about, or 3 weeks later, the money came back. And I went there, took all the money out the bank, and I went to Bristol Farms to go get me some food. And the cashier told me that one of my bills was fake. So I'm like, okay, yeah, one of them might be fake. I don't know. You know what I mean? She could be right. And then I said, here, I got another one. And she said, oh, this one is fake too. So I'm like, but like, how could both of my money be fake, right? I'm looking at her and I'm looking at my niece and I'm looking at her and I'm looking at my niece and I'm looking at her and I'm looking at my niece and I'm like, okay, it's about to go down because they about to try to discriminate against me for no apparent reason. So I stood there and I said, no, I could be wrong too. So let's just see how this gonna play out. So I gave her another $100 bill. She said, "Oh, do you have any other one? Because this one is not real either." I gave her basically all of my bills, even including the $20 bills. And she put it in the machine and she said, "Yeah, this is not real." And then I said, "Well, could you call somebody down so they could verify that my money, the authenticity?" Because I even came up with a vocabulary. Like I said, "Could you call somebody so I could um, something about authenticity, you know what I mean, so I can verify the authenticity of my cash." Like I'm not a criminal. Like I'm not. Don't criminalize me. Don't do it to me, please. So I was sitting there like politely begging them not to do it, and they ended up criminalizing me. I didn't get none of my product that I wanted from Bristol Farms, and I walked out the store. Yes, I did call, and I told them that I had that negative experience. They told me to exchange information or whatever. But at that point, I'm like, if your workers could do that, they are doing it because they know that they're going to get away with it. Because if I go to work and I know that I'm not supposed to hit no kid, and I go and I hit like 2 or 3 kids every day, I'm doing the same thing, right? And I go to my supervisor wouldn't say nothing to me because my supervisor know, like, wham. But it's like something ain't right. Something is not right. How is it that all of my bills are fake, Bristol Farm? And you want them to answer those questions, and you want them to be held accountable for treating me or criminalizing me for no apparent reason. Like, but it's like, you know what? Y'all could, here, y'all want to be racist. That's on y'all. That's on y'all. Y'all not gonna see God. Anybody that's racist, anybody, that's just how God gonna do it. Cause he didn't see he about sick and tired of y'all enslaving people and treating people like garbage. So if he see where y'all don't want to sit there and y'all don't want to change y'all ways, y'all wicked ways, and do the right thing, y'all don't even gotta follow God. You don't even gotta follow God. You don't have to follow God. You don't have to believe in God. There's nothing saying that God is the superior of all and we must believe in him. Okay? You just gotta live your life the right way, thinking as God do. It's the same thing as believing in God. Really. How do you live your life correctly, thinking the way as God does? Think about that. That's how you're going to change your thoughts. That's how you're going to change the "I'm not going to love my neighbor" process. You're going to love your neighbor as you would love yourself. Because at the end of the day, it is the fifth element, which is love, that's going to conquer hate. Any company that I go to work for and they treat me like garbage, don't you think for 1 second that God is not there watching you, torturing me. Because when I got molested, um, I don't know what was my willpower. I could say it was God. I could honestly say that it was God. Because if it wasn't for God there with me through the pain, through the strike, every time I'm getting molested, it hurts my vagina as a young kid, you know what I mean? And then so now that I'm old, I don't want nobody to be roughing up my coochie. Like, you gonna have sex with me? Whether I'm burning somewhere from soap discharge or whatever the case may be, you're going to be respectful and know that I'm a human, I am a female, and I have genital parts that I don't have no control over. We don't know, like, I use this tampon, right? I use this tampon, and this is my first time using tampon. this, I use this one. I use this one. This is my first time using this one. Like sometimes I use them, but I don't really use them like regularly. But like say if I have like something, some occasion to go to, like maybe if I want to go to a swimming pool, or not that I don't go in swimming pool, but like say if somebody invite me to a swimming pool and somebody probably accidentally pushed me in the pool, I don't want to go in there all bloody. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that nobody knows that I'm on my period. So that's the emergency. This is the only time that I say, okay, I'm going to use this. And there's other cases to where I say I feel like I do got to use a tampon. You know what I mean? Like sometimes